Hey, what's going on, y'all? RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm going to be doing a couple of car vlogs discussing cell phones. They're going to be separate videos. I'll be talking about two different phones, but they will be separate, like I just made mention of. So, going ahead and getting right into this video here, the first phone that I want to mention is the new ZTE Blade Vantage, which is on the Verizon network. Now, to the best of my knowledge, this is either the first ZTE phone, Android phone to Verizon, or maybe it's the first one that's came out in a while. I'm not sure about that. However, I do know by seeing it that this phone is Verizon's first LTE only device, which is bad in a sense to where if you live in an area where you bounce back from 3G to LTE, you're going to be stuck if you are only in a 3G area and do not have LTE service. So that's number one downfall about this phone that I'm seeing. Now the price of this phone, from what I have seen online, is around $50, so it's not a bad price. I mean, that's, it is what it is. I mean, if stores get it, who knows what it's going to cost and everything else. But I'm going to give you a few specs on the device. I do not have it, but I kind of want to give you my thoughts on it and just kind of run down some specs and everything else about this new ZTE Blade Vantage here on Verizon. Now, this phone does run 7.1.1 Lollipop, 7.1.1 Nougat. So there we go there. It does have a plastic body, it does have a 5-inch display, which is a sweet spot for a lot of people. 5-inch display is a good size. However, it's only got an 854 by 480 resolution screen FWVGA with only 196 pixels per inch and 65% screen to body ratio. That, to me, that's pretty sad. Onto the camera, it's got an 8 megapixel camera on the rear with f2.0 aperture size, a 2 megapixel camera in the front. For outdoors, bright pictures, I would say front and rear will do a pretty decent job for taking those, quick pictures, stuff like that. Nothing that's going to, be amazing, but it's going to probably do the job for what it is. So basic ZTE stuff there. Has 720p recording, so they don't say here nothing about 1080, so it's probably like my ZTE Z-Max Champ that I had and returned. 8 megapixel rear, 2 in the front with 720p recording, so that's kind of bad there as well. Now here in the hardware, dealing with the processor and everything else. Now this phone does have 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is decent for the price of the phone, being a budget device and everything. With 2 gigabytes of RAM, it has 16 gigabytes of ROM, which also is not bad either, for a budget device of this price range. So that's pretty good. And it can support up to a 256 gigabyte micro SD card, which is also good. But they only put the 1.1 gigahertz Snapdragon quad-core 210 in this device. I mean, the majority of budget phones today are coming out with at least a 1.4 quad-core 425. And in this phone here, you're getting a 1.1 quad-core 210 with a 2500 milliamp hour battery. It does say wireless screen share. And like I said, it does have voice over LTE, HD voice, LTE Cat 4, stuff like that. Bluetooth 4.1, $50 MSRP price. The $50 price tag on this phone, is that a good deal? Well, when you can get the Motorola Moto E4 for nearly the same price, I would say no, it's not a really good deal. To me, this is like a rebranded, different looking type of a ZTE Prestige 2. Pretty much the same exact specs almost. And, it just wasn't hitting on much. I mean, like I say, you can get the Moto E4, which is, got a better processor, it's got a better screen, and it's just a better camera. It's just a better phone in general all the way around. And yet, they come out with this low spec, low screen, low processing phone, the ZTE Blade Vantage. So there's not a whole lot to say about it other than that. I mean, a 2500 milliamp hour battery is not that bad considering the processor and the display. So that's just my look on the ZTE Blade Vantage on Verizon. Their first LTE only device, and to me it just seems like it's yeah, is what it is. So if this was helpful and informative in any way, hit that like button. Any questions you may have, leave it down below in the comment section, and subscribe if you ain't. I'd appreciate it. Hit that bell for further notifications and live streams and uploads and all kinds of stuff. Be awesome. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.